Alright, since today is my birthday, I decided to know about a review of my main camera. Since I purchased this camera on my birthday, let's get into the review. Alright, so as my main rig, as I'm getting a new secondary rig, the ZV-1F, in a couple of days, might as well show up on my main rig since today is my birthday and I had zero time to do this until 8 o'clock. So, the base camera. Alright, so the main camera is the Sony A6100. As you can see, right up here, Sony A6100 with the f3.5 to 5.6 kit lens because I don't have any money to purchase a new one, and it's the extendable one, power zoom related. As you can see, paid around $1,000 for this because I paid almost all of my own money, and plus selling my old camera a Rebel T7 bundle for only $700, and it does one cool thing than the Rebel T7. It can do that. Also, the eyepiece, like the rubber eye cup, it is missing because I lost it at an airport. But here's some detailed specifications. 24.2 megapixels, as in the listing right here. Let me find it. Yeah, 24. I think it can do RAW. It does 4K 30, as right now I have it on 4K 30 right now. It has EVF, so you can look through here and see. And then it doesn't have a touchscreen. It does, but you cannot operate the menu with it. You can do touch tracking. Let me fix it. So you can do touch tracking on here, and you can track. And then, as you can see, yeah, you can do touch tracking, touch focus, touch shutter, depending on it, and yeah, it takes good photos. Right now, oh, it has silent shutter as well from the A6300, so that's pretty neat. Now let me turn that off. Okay, yeah. And I don't have time for my settings, but it's a pretty neat little thing. The reason why there is tape on the lens ring and the grip was because one time I was doing a shooting and there was just a ton of glitter that got all over me in the camera, and there's glitter all over here, not all of this, probably in there, on the ring, on the actual lens and in this ring area, and then on the back like a little bit, but the part where it has the most is the wiring, like the cable, the flat cable. It has a ton of glitter in there. So yeah, that just sucks, but I'm getting a new Sony ZV-1F to replace the bulkiness of this camera, because if I have it like just like this, I could just do this, I could drop it, and people will say like, oh, why don't you just get a lanyard? Well, it does come with a lanyard, as you can see right here on the off side, but you need to attach the little rings onto them because I took them off to put on a cage. On to the next thing. Alrighty, next up is the cage. So this is a small rig cage, as you can see right down here. These are fitted for the A6100, A6300, and the A6400, which I think the A6400 is a superior camera than the A6100. But it costs $300 more than what I paid the A6100, so I prefer not getting it. But it's a great little cage. It covers basically what you need. So it has top, side, bottom, and this side front as well. Has a crazy ton of screws, like cheese holes, I guess that's what they say, and there's just a ton of them, so you can apply a lot. As you can see, this one specifically, I shoot vertical sometimes, and I screwed in like that. That back one, I also screwed in a lot, and the assembly process is actually really easy. Also, they have two wrists, well, it's supposed to be like a wrist strap, but like two loops on top and bottom to hold like a hand strap or wrist strap, but I don't have one, so neck strap it is. And on the Sony A6100, I used to have this little DJI strap on here, but I took it off because I'm gonna put this strap on the ZV-1, which comes in the mail in a couple days. Purchased it from eBay in a fair condition, struck a good deal. Comes with the original box. Now the deal. So, how to insert it? You normally, for a larger lens, you would take off the lens, but I have a really tiny one, so you insert it, and then what I do is I hand tighten this screw first, and then when I hand tighten it, I grab the tiny little screw that comes with, and screw it in at the top, using the built-in screwdriver that's on the bottom. I would just screw it in at the top right here, as you can see. Now the screw is slightly stripped, so I have to be really careful. There's you guys right there on the 14 Pro Max. I'm recording all my audio on the 17 Pro. Okay, and then what I normally do now is just to tighten up the bottom. So all you gotta do is just crank that and spin it. Okay, it's tightened, and you just set it in there. Now onto a few accessories. Alright, one accessory that I would have is the mic mini. This is just a cable, so you would open up the side and you would plug it into the red ring, and you would just plug into the receiver. But currently my receiver is connected to my phone that's recording audio for 11 minutes straight. Wow, that storage is going down. But yeah, it would plug into here, and then you would get transmitting signals from the mic. Next accessory is the 3 extra batteries that I have. Now, the 3 batteries I have are from the K&F Concept, so I have one here, labeled each differently so I don't forget, and there's one already inside, right here, and then the official Sony battery, which has no labeling, and I might as well plug it in. SD card is the Samsung 128GB micro SD card. As you can see right here, you yank it out, you gotta pull it. Yep, see right here? It's a 128 Evo, like Evo Select with all the cool jibbery jabbery stuff. It's UHS 3, which I kind of need that since UHS 3 is 4K, so I kind of need that badly. But yeah, I tried using a regular SanDisk one. They wouldn't do it because it was only UHS 1. So yeah, slips in right next to it. I heard people were complaining about it. All you do is you just press it right next to here. It's literally easy. You don't have to shimmy it into there unless you have big hands. All you do is just press it. That's it. And you close it. Next accessory is from AliExpress. A little side handle. Now, this one was like, what, $10 when I purchased it. And it screws into, I think, the middle 2 screws or the top 2. Can't seem to remember. Yeah, I think it's the top 2 screws. No, it's the middle. And then I just screw in both of these into the side of the camera. And then I grab the Allen wrench from the bottom. That's being connected by really strong magnets. And I crank that soldier. I crank that thing without stripping it. There you go. Now, if the camera footage on the phone looks grainy, it's just because there's not enough light. So here's what it's supposed to look like. You know, got 2 handles so I can hold it carefully. I can use my finger to zoom in and out like this, or I can use my finger, stretch it, press the power zoom meter, see with it on. And you can see right here. And you can change the displays, all that crap. Now, it would either be, I like this view, like the live view, because it's just a fat screen, or I would like to have the having the display off and showing all the meters, because then you would have to look at the EVF to find out, like this flat, and then you have to look into there to see the actual picture. and because I don't know, it looks more professional, as they say. Now this one video, while I said I was gonna prepare everything, it's being held off until I get the new camera. Once I get the new camera, I'll make a video on it, and then I'll start the actual thing. And if you count this as an accessory, a secondary camera is my drone for airborne shots, and then secondary camera handheld is actually my 17 Pro, because that thing can do 4K 60, 4K 120, ProRes, log, all that crap. This doesn't have picture profiles, unfortunately, but I did find a workaround for that. It's simply just opening the function, creative style, and then you would have portrait. I was just taking for Sony settings, but this is the flattest color you could ever get. See, it's flat colors, and then you can color grade them to whatever you would like, as you can see right here. But other than that, that seems about it. I'm thinking about, you know, putting a little bit more accessories, maybe like a top handle, if I have the budget and if I actually need it, because I've seen some people just randomly buy accessories for no absolute reason. And yeah, that seems to be about it. Also, it just routes up here. Boom. Now I have like 4 hot shoes. One of them actually has the multi-interface adapter. 3 of them are just cold shoes. Lanyard strap, and you know, it holds it vertically, which that kind of sucks. Unless you want to do vertical shooting, then you would take these and then put them on the bottom somewhere so you can hold it like this. I don't know. Maybe that's how it works. Maybe that's how it doesn't work. But that's basically it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.